Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It is me, the 10 a.m. very, very AP Panya. You know, sometimes you wake up in the morning and your eyes are swollen and very, very teary and you can't see shit. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit blind today. Oopsie. It's gonna get away probably during the stream, but holy. Do you guys know that? I am doing better than yesterday. Sorry that I had to cancel yesterday's fun stream, but I was so exhausted. But yeah. I will talk more about the yesterday on my fun stream tomorrow even. But there will be also another Japanese morning somewhere, so it will be a while. I have a monocle, yeah, cause I'm a teacher. I'm a tutor. Tutors have that. I saw an anime that tutors have monocle, and therefore tutor have monocle, and therefore I have monocle because I also anime. Do you guys have your morning coffee? If it's like really early for you, you definitely do need it. Because I know that some people are very, very early. And it's so nice that all of you could make it. Hi. How are you guys doing? I hope you're having a great morning. And I hope that you still remember some of the Hiragana that we did on Monday. Coffee, just remain grumpy? No, don't be grumpy. That's the name of dwarf. Do you know any Disney princess? No, you don't. So it's not worth it. Good morning, Midmush Gaming. I'm doing tired. I have not otherwise decided yet. How are you doing? Okay, I hope you guys did some revisions yesterday. Well, we didn't have a stream. And I do also hope that you still remember some. We are going to finish the Hiragana today. That's the fun for today. And we are going to start with the Hiragana song. I have posted in quite a few songs actually into my Discord. What? So fucking double. What the fuck is happening? What? So fuck. What? Okay, that was a YouTube mistake. That was actually not on my side. That was on YouTube. That's funny. That's funny. There we go. Okay. I didn't load properly, so it was double playing me. That's really funny. Sorry about that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Why would it do such a horrible thing? Anyway, do you guys think it is time for Hiragana song? Energy beam, yeah. I need the energy. Okay. Are you ready? Yeah. Let's go.
In today's lesson, we'll go over every single hiragana. It's really easy to learn. Let's do it together.
Yeah, everybody together. Let's go.
Let's begin.
sa shi su se so sa shi su se so sa shi su se so ta chi su te to ta chi su te to ta chi su te to na ni no ne no na ni no ne no na ni no ne no ha hi hu he ho ha hi hu he ho ha hi hu he ho ma mi mu me mo ma mi mu me mo ma mi mu me mo ya you yo ya you yo da ri re ra ri re ra ri re ra wa o wa o
Good job. Yeah. See what?
Good job, guys. Congratulations. You did the full yeah, mommy. There are a lot of small little words in there. Okay, that was just so that you get back into the whole hiragana. Like I said, there are quite a lot of different hiragana songs. There's one with schoolgirls. There's one with what was it, like rock stars, and then there's one that is for children, and there's this one. There's so many. I sent quite a few links in to my Discord. Maybe that is a good point to advertise my Discord. T, if you could quickly do that, please. Yeah, send them in there so that you can look at them. I hope some of you maybe have. They're really fun, so I really recommend it. It's a very fun and fast way to learn all the hiragana. Okay. With that being said, we are continuing with our hiragana table. Now, do you guys remember? We are doing the... Oh? It's not drawing. Why is it not drawing? Uh-oh. That's bad, actually. Let me check what the issue is. Oh, it's not writing. That is odd. My pen doesn't work. That's very odd. Oh, that's bad. Oh, come. I worked fine yesterday. Oh, that's a little bit bad. I need that. I need that for today. This doesn't work without the pen working. Uh-oh. You can't charge the pen, so it's like without charging. That's not the issue. Do you guys think Ampa maybe destroyed the pen? Like he's destroying my kitchen right now? Let me see something. Hmm. It's a little bit unfortunate. I've never had it not working, so I'm a little bit confused. it broke. Oh, this is bad. It actually did break. Uh-oh. Yeah, he is a destroyer, but this is actually like super bad. I don't know if they make replacements for this. Okay. So what to do if this doesn't work? I'm going to destroy this. This is bad. The hiragana mornings depending on this pen. No, I think the whole pen is destroyed because the nib looks fine. Do they even come with extra nibs? This one doesn't come with extra nib, no. There's no replacement. But the nib looks fine. The pen is just not connecting. Could you stop biting the tablet, please? That is rude as fuck. Okay, I'm gonna try one more thing. Because I have my... So maybe no? No. It's only working with mouse. Oh, this is this problem. Guys, I can't do it without the pen. Can't teach you. But I'll test something else, but I need to be on a different screen for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, well the pen is destroyed. I can draw. I fixed it. Partially. The pen is still broken, but you know, I can draw. There we go. Sorry for that, everybody. I'm sorry. That was not supposed to happen. Okay. But it wouldn't be a Panya stream if we wouldn't have a little bit of scuff. I solved it by just disconnecting the entire drawing pad and reconnecting it. Okay, so today we are continuing with the basic hiragana writing. As you guys remember, we have some combinations of ya, you, yo, where you have to write it in small. And then we also have the dakuten, which is like ga, za, da, ba. And then we also have the handakuten, which is pa, right? I mean, like, there are a few more, but you get the gist of it because we have talked about this last time. And then you can combine both of them as well. Exactly. Now, last time we have done the a, I, o, e, o and the ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. And today we are going to write the rest. Yippee! So we are gonna start. You can see we still have all of our writings from last time. And we're gonna start with the S sounds. Sa, shi, su, se, so. Now, do you guys remember? Actually, you guys probably all remember the ka, right? Do you guys remember how to remember the ka? Right in chat, do you remember? Because I think everybody can remember it with the donkey bridge that I built last time. No? Still! I think everybody remembers. You're just acting. Because that was really fucking cringe what I did. That person doing athletics? Yeah, kinda. the ka, I'm gonna put this up here. The ka was, which, I need a pen. The ka was the belly, then the person, then the sweat, because they're doing Kraftsport. Kraftsport, that's the word that you have to remember. It's a German word. But you know, it's funny when Panya says it. So yeah, that was the ka. I thought you would all remember, but you're such a beautiful donkey bridge by embarrassing myself. Now, if you all remember the ka, do you guys remember the ki? If you remember the ki, could you please draw the ki over here? That is important. Can you please do that? Everybody? Kraft, Sport. Kraft is correct, and then starting with the S, it's Sport, like sports. You weren't there on Monday, so then you should watch the VOD though, because you need to learn how to do Hiragana. It's important, a very, very important life skill, the Hiragana. Yeah. Have you guys all written down the key? I am going to write down the key as well. It's like this. Oh my goodness! It looks so close to the sa, doesn't it? Exactly. Okay, that's why I wanted you to write it there, because it looks so similar. The only thing that is different is that here we have a second one with the key, but with the sa, we're missing one. Now, this one, often, you know, at the beginning you will confuse the two. So I have a very, very easy way to remember this. Oh, you please, thank you. Let's draw the sa first though. We're drawing one, right? Very similar to the key. And then we're drawing another one and the cross. Wow, we drew a cross. And then let's draw the cross again, and then we draw half of the belly. And that's basically it. A cross and a thingy. It looks like the key, but it's missing one, okay? So the way you remember that is very, very easily. We remember this again with a German word. Multilingual people, okay? But basically, you know, sometimes Germans get a little bit upset because they are like, why? What the fuck? Why did you do that? And the word that some Germans use is the word sag mal. Sag mal begins with the sa. And basically, when you draw the sa sound, you have to remember a German saying sag mal, sag mal. Sag mal, was soll denn das? Sag mal. Because you missed the second one. But you missed them because that stupid German, right? You have to teach him. You're like, no, this second one is only for the key. Because it's a key, which needs at least two of them. Right? Like, no, stupid German. It's only like this. But the German's saying, sag mal. But it's actually correct, okay? That's how you remember it. Thank you for the follow, Hina. If you hear sounds in the background, my kitty is playing with some plastic. Yeah, but that's how you remember it. Quite easy, right? You do this, and then Zamai! And then you remember. Because it sounds like a sa, right? Well, it sounds more like a za with a 10-10, but that's okay. It's basically the same. And then you just draw it. Very easily. All of you are probably drawing it so much prettier than me. Again, excuse my very freaking ugly handwriting. Isn't this beautiful? Okay. And now we go to the next one. The she. It's just wee, wee, wee. Like you have to go down and then wee. You use these 3 ones. It's kind of easy to remember. It's just a little slide. Wee. She is probably one of the easiest ones. I do have a donkey bridge, but I don't think that donkey bridge is anything for the morning. I don't know if anyone's eating breakfast right now. You can probably rhyme it together. But can I keep it like this? Without a donkey bridge. You guys can do it. I believe in you. Wee, wee. That's a she. It's actually very easy. But then we have the su. The su is a little bit more difficult. Remember, this again looks like a T. But while you're drawing the T, you slip. And you're doing a little turn. You slip, okay? Wee! And then it's another wee sound, actually. So the important thing is that when you have this, is you don't draw this and then a belly. That's stupid. That looks wrong. No. You are going to draw the T, and halfway while you're through with the T, you're drawing the belly, and then you continue. Ta-da! Good job, guys. You can do this. You're slipping while drawing the T. And wee! You know what this kind of always reminds me of? You know how when you were little, you were playing with these super cute little car toys? And they always had these, like fire on the side of them. And they're going whoosh, whoosh, whoosh on these little thingies. Like there was always like this, and then you would put the car on top of it. Right? And then it would just go whoosh, 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 whoosh. These ones, these little ones, I think you guys remember them, right? And most people had one of these with it. So you would have to push them very hard, and then they would go all the way here and then down again. Right? I think in German this toy is called Carrera-Bahn, but I'm not too sure because I am a girl and I wasn't allowed to play with it. But I knew some boys who had it, and this was what reminds me of it, you know? Basically, it's a car, and it's going wee on this. You slipped, so now you can use your toy car to play with it. It's a very good mistake. And then we have the su. 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 It helps when you write them and at the same time you are saying the sound of it. Because, I don't know if you know this, but we learn in different ways. So we have the learning of seeing, the learning of doing something. This is usually handwriting. We have the learning of hearing and the learning of speaking. And you can combine them all if you write it and at the same time loudly say the sound of it. This way, if you loudly say it, you are saying it, but you're also hearing it. If you're drawing it, you can see it, but you can also do it with your hand. And you get the muscle memory too, by the way. So you're using all of your senses to properly learn this. Hot Wheels. Oh, Hot Wheels. That's the name of it. Thank you. She is like the hook you use to catch fish for sushi. Oh, Emma, that's good. Sushi. Wait, where is it? Here. Sushi. True. It's like the hook and then you have a little fish. That's a good one. Thank you. There we go. It's hooking the little fishy. And then later on we have a beautiful. So this is the rice and then That's the sushi on top. Mmm, delicious. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, wait, you can't see. There. I draw a smiley. No, you want sushi? Good. You only get sushi if you remember all the hiragana, then you can treat yourself to some sushi. But you need to learn all the hiragana first to have it as a trait. Now, we are doing which sound? Sa, shi, su, se. Now that's the se sound. I'm gonna write it here, because it's slowly getting a bit much. But basically, you have one line, and then you draw a little cross at the end. But it's too long of a line, so you need to draw a second cross, right? Like this one. But then you also put it here because was so tiny. Now something is missing. If you just draw it like this, something's missing, right? So you have to finish it. You have to make it look pretty. Because Japanese is a very pretty language. And remember, left to right, up and down. But also remember that if you are already at this end, it makes no sense to start again over here. Makes no sense, because then you have to move so far. You have to be a little lazy. So while being a little lazy, you will start here. Yes, we are starting right to left in this case, but only because we're already on the right side. Be a little lazy, people, okay? A little bit of laziness is good. And then you draw the se. Does anyone have a good donkey bridge for this one? Because I do not. I have no donkey bridge for se. But it's not that difficult to write. I'm gonna give you a very quick spoiler. It can get confusing with the katakana. She just looks like a se. This will not work on the language. Yeah, but for me it's the same. Like sometimes some of them they just look correct. I don't know how to explain it either, but it's just like this looks like a se, so this is se. I think it's because you have this here, which kind of reminds you of both an E and an S. So it kind of works. But you'll be fine, guys. Just practice it a little bit. And then we have the so. So is fun to write. It is kind of like a Z. Right? If you remember, if we put the tantan on it, it would be a zo sound, right? Because we would have this on here. And that is easier to remember, in my opinion. Because you basically just combine the Z and the O. You write the Z, this is a Z, and then you want to write the O too, right? So you're just doing half of the O. That's it. But technically it's supposed to be an S at the beginning without the tenten, right? But it's easier to remember with the tenten because then it's a Z. So you write the Z and half of the O. Easy. Mine always looks extra ugly. Looks hideous. But it's fun to write. I like writing it. Looks like a scribble, but actually it's a Z and half an O. It's a good donkey bridge because you can remember the way that it is pronounced at the same time as how to write it. Looks like the Z that Zora draws on people. Oh, really? I don't know that. And Z and C be similar? Yeah, but that's not the way that you pronounce it. You pronounce it as Zo. Since it is a Zo, and not a ZC, we are pronouncing it as is, okay? Because we need to remember the pronunciation. So that's very important. We need to learn how to write and to read, though. Now we're doing the ta. Ta, chi, tsuteto. Now remember, the chi and the tsu are both a little bit difficult with the pronunciation. But we're gonna start with the ta. Very slow and steady. We have another cross. There are lots of crosses here. Sometimes when you draw hiragana, to me at least, it looks like a graveyard because there's so many crosses. And then below the cross, you put basically a little ko. Do you guys remember the ko? Ko was like this. And that's basically what it looks like, right? So you have the T and the ko. Just combining it. That's what, at least to me, that's what it looks like. But it's a ta. And why is it ta? Well, you have the already have the T sound here. You already know that this is a ta because it has T in front of it. That's helping for the pronunciation. And then what comes there, technically you would be like, oh, is it maybe a to because we just learned the ko, but no, it's a ta. Because while this does look like a ko, it also, if you would connect it, could be an A. Because O and A looks the same. It's ta. It's a little confusing when I explain my donkey bridge. They don't always make the best sense. But yeah, it's a T and two little thingies here. If you guys have better donkey bridges, let us know. Ta. 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 Pop, pop. Ta. Ta.
Excuse me, I want be your friend. We are the
Pivia! Hi, good morning. Thank you for the resub. That's so kind. Thank you very much. Are you here to learn a little bit of hiragana too? Yeah, Tassan. It just looks like a ta to you, Emma. Okay, beautiful. But I think it does because it has the T already. Ta is good, right? You guys are doing well. Next is the chi. Again, it's not T. No. It's chi. Why? Don't freaking ask. I did not decide this. But there are a lot of chi in Japanese language, right? Do I remember any words that have a chi in them? You would probably use it to spell... Well, this is hiragana, so you wouldn't, because you would use katakana for this, but... Technically... No. I'm just gonna confuse you with this. Do you guys know any Japanese words with the chi in it? Let me think. I mean, we have a sport, but I'm not sure if that's a Japanese or a Chinese sport. It's a Tai Chi. You guys know the Tai Chi sports? Tai... no, I'm combining hiragana and normal writing. That's stupid. Tai Chi, right? It's a chi. Tachi is a sword? I've never heard of Tachi. That is a German word for being very touchy. Or is it an English word? I'm confused. It's like, you know how like if you're bilingual, it's basically, by the way, you do not spell it bilingual. That's wrong. No, you spell it bilingual. But if you have a multilingual, it's like you can't even fucking spell that anymore. It's just gone. It's just freaking Joe over for you, for real. There's nothing you can do. You're just in a constant state of confusion. Gucci? I mean, that would also be katakana because it's a foreign word. But yeah, chi. I'm thinking of a Japanese word. There are definitely like a lot, but I just can't remember one right now. Let me think. Etsy! Yeah! T! Oh, that's good! It's Etsy. I've never written that word before. It would probably be the and probably this, and T. Don't mind the little tsu yet. We're gonna get over that at some other point. T. That's probably how you would write it. I'm imagining? I never brought it before. There may also be a kanji for it. Trilingual, as I'm trying to make JP my third. Hyphen! Same. That's a good one. Trilingual. It's not even bi anymore. We're just trying to remember our mother tongue too. I'm forgetting half my mother tongue. It's so bad. But to be fair, I never use it, so okay. But yeah, basically, again for the chi, we will start drawing a T. And the T has a huge belly because it's pregnant. The T is super pregnant. Why is the T pregnant, guys? Because we've already drawn so many T's. There's so many of them. And they were a little etsy. And now that there have been a little etsy, one of the T's is pregnant. Do you think it's triplets? I think it's triplets because it's really, really big. Okay, that's a little bit too much. Maybe it's just twins. They did the etsy. How naughty of them. But now one of them is prego. Very intrigante. It's a chi. Etsy. Thank you, T. This is the perfect donkey portrait I can make with it. Chi for Etsy. Prego. Alright, Evan, yeah, well... T, did you do that? Did you do that to them? Unbelievable. You are such a pervert. Or are you the pregnant? You pregnant? Are you prego? But either way, you did the dirty. Mpreg, man. I didn't think we would talk about mpreg while drawing a chi and hiragana lesson, but you know, here we are. Well, I guess T being mpreg is the donkey which you guys are allowed to remember. Oh, bro, I need more coffee for this. I can't do this anymore. Okay, now we have the tsu. Remember, it's not two, no, it is tsu. Tsu. Like, maybe I should have looked up some words before. I never can remember shit on the spot. Tsu. Ski? True, but you wouldn't pronounce the U in ski. But technically, yeah. Oh yeah, Tsuki, like the moon. That is true, we could do that one. I learned this one with the kanji from the beginning, but that's okay. Tsuki. Basically, if anyone doesn't know, if you say you like somebody, you say it's ski, but you wouldn't pronounce the U. And if you say moon, you would say... Is it? Yeah, it's Suki. This is the moon, by the way. I think. Again, I know zero kanji, by the way. Have I told you guys this? I can read kanji. I can't write kanji for shit. And also I can only read a few of them because I never learned kanji. Because I'm a dumbass. You do need kanji a lot, so oopsie. But yeah. Tsubasa, not Tsubasa. Hey, that's a good one, Crouching Crab. That's a good one. Konnichiwa. Ohayou gozaimasu. Tsundere, true. We also have the tsundere. All of them start with this. Basically, I don't know. Do you guys remember this sheet that we learned today? It looks like a sheet, but again, you have to like twist it around a bit. It's like a sheet that lays on the side. And you know how you're supposed to catch fish with this? Also, please ignore how freaking ugly I write this shit. This is my bad. I am terrible at writing. Remember saying the word while you draw it, though. There you go. Like tsundere. Yeah, I think that's a good one to remember it by. Tsundere. Oh, you spell it. Wait a second. Tsundere. Misspelled. Tsundere. Tsundere. Something like this. Don't mind it too much. I, again, never write with pen. So much easier on the keyboard. But enough of keyboard writing. We're all practicing this together. We need to do handwriting. It's important. How do you prefer learning hiragana but drawing imagining as mnemonic? I've only ever like... I don't know. I always remember it just by reading the words. Yeah, that's the day, I know. That's how I spelled at the end, I think. Didn't I? Oh, I deleted it. Wait. There we go. My eyes and stuff look like shit every time. You can't freaking read them. But I'm gonna practice them later on today with you again, which is actually pretty good. I wonder if like I would have to write exams or something handwritten, I would probably be much better because then I would have to practice it. This is the te sound, by the way. This one's easy to remember because you have te and e, and if you combine them, you have te. Look, like this would be the T, and this would like the E and the T. That's basically just merging them together. It's like it's like kimara. Kimera? Kimera, I think it's pronounced. Whatever. It is too early in the morning for me. And kimera. Te. Te. Also remember how I wrote tsundere? Because remember that we can do that with the te. We can put this here and then it's a D sound. De. But we will get used to that more when we are writing vocabulary. Te. anyone has any donkey bridges to remember the te, let us know. Chimera? Chimera? No, it's chimera. It's written chimera, I think. Te is hand. Well, yeah. If you write it differently with the kanji, it would be hand. But I think that's going a little far. You can't really remember it as a hand with the just writing it like this, can you? I don't think this looks like a hand. There we go. And then we have the to. The to basically looks like a Y, in my opinion. Look, it says like a Y, but then you have the we. Because it's Japanese, so we always have we's. At least in hiragana. We do not have we's in katakana, but we have a lot of we's in hiragana. It's just a Y with a little extra we at the end. And that's a to. You are going to write a lot of tos. Tos, for example, it is in tomodachi, which means friend. Tomodachi. Like, there's so many D sounds that we just learned in tomodachi. To, da, and chi as well. And then more, but we will learn them more later. To. Okay, this is the to sound. It's just a Y. Why are we writing the to like a Y? Because... yeah. Ah! That went too far, sorry. The N sounds are next. N sounds are fun. T like, to like Tokyo? True. You could also spell Tokyo, I thought. Actually, that reminds me, I can show you how to write the small little yo sounds. You have to, and then you have kyo, right? But kyo isn't a sound that you can just write. It's not one hiragana. Kyo is the key, right? Remember the key to open the door. And then a small little yo afterwards. We haven't learned the yo yet, but basically it's like this. And then it's small, to, kyo. I mean, this is actually not correct. Has it? I don't spell this with hiragana ever. Ooh. Is it this two in the middle, or is it Tokyo? It's not Tokyo, is it? Is it no, I think it may be Tokyo. Does anyone know? I've never spelled this with hiragana before. Well, it's one of the two. You like Dayo? Okay, that's funny. Dayo is Dayo. Okay, let's do the na. The first one, the na and the ni, we can learn together because it means nani. What? Yeah, that's the same for me. Because I never spell with hiragana, I'm always getting confused a bit. Probably because I'm a dumbass. That's probably the main reason I'm getting confused. Because when I write it with kanji on the PC, by the way, it just spells itself, okay? don't need to learn it. But I think it's the second one. It's definitely the small yo. But I think it's the second one, the T-U ki yo. Nani ga suki? Coffee ga suki? Anata wa nani ga suki? Or something like that. I forgot actually what it's called, how it goes, but...
Excuse me, I want be your friend. We are the world. I have a Kashiori.
Thank you for the YouTube sub. Tocomento. Ew! Nobody likes chocolate, man. That tastes like... Bleh. Like, what are you doing? Brushing your teeth? No, disgusting. Let's do the na. Na. We have a little cross again. Another cross! Ah! But it's a small one. Why is it a small one? Because T finally gave birth. Tokyo. Ah, fuck. We almost spelled it. Wait. Thank you for doing that. Then Tokyo would be Tokyo. There we go. That's how you spell Tokyo in Hiragana. I have not spelled for probably like 3 years. If ever. Oh boy. Good thing that we're redoing all of this. I guess I really needed to get a catch up. That's nice. Okay, that's how you spell it in Hiragana. You will never spell it in Hiragana though, because as soon as you know kanji, no more Hiragana! No more Hiragana. What you use Hiragana for, like sometimes at the end of words, some words don't have kanji, and also it is for the pronunciation, right? So basically, to know how to pronounce something, you need to learn how it's written in Hiragana, which I never did because I'm lazy. But yeah, T was Mpreg and now T gave birth, which means we have a little baby T. Very baby. But you know, giving birth is a little dirty, right? It's a little dirty. So there's lots of liquid, which is this. Lots and lots of liquid. And then, after we have the T, the baby, like, right? The little tiny baby T. And we have all of the liquid, like the blood and the water. Then we have a little fish. Well, a fish wants to swim in the water, okay? It's not my fucking fault. I don't know why there's a fish in the freaking birth water. Okay? I don't know. Maybe it's like a species thing. Maybe if you get Mpreg, you have both baby and a fish in there. I don't know. But that's the way that it is. What am I supposed to do? You know, I didn't make up the rules. But when you see that, you'll go, Nani? Nani the fuck? And that's how you remember the now. Oh boy. This is so sad. This is the saddest, dumbest way of doing donkey bridges. But you only get donkey bridges like this with me. The absolute most fucked up, stupid shit. It gets really bad when we learn vocabulary. I have to make up a donkey bridge for most vocabulary, otherwise I can't remember it for shit. It's pretty bad. But yeah, we have the baby T, we have the water, and the fishy. Correct order, Panya. Fishy. Baby T, water, 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 fishy. It's a no. Nani the heck? Nani the fuck? But we need to finish the nani with the ni sound. The ni sound, basically, we have, again, these two little things, right? It could be an A, it could be an O, it could be a ko, because it looks like when we wrote the ko, if you guys remember. And then we have this one in the beginning, which we also had for the ke. Do you guys remember how to write ke? If you guys remember ke, hello Anpan, do you want to learn? If you guys remember ke, write it here, okay? Write the ke over here. And let me drink a sip of coffee. Hi, Ethan. TS biology is truly fascinating, right? Someone should study that. Why is the explanation so graphic? Because you're supposed to draw this! It's a picture! That's why it's graphic! Not similar to ta? No, it's not. But the ni is similar to ta. Remember the ta goes like this? So the only difference between ta and ni is that that's basically it. And the ko would be like smaller, but yeah, it looks similar. Ta and ni is quite similar. I've actually never noticed that before, but now that you mention it, I do see it. Ni looks like a kneecap, like the knee. Really? Is that what a kneecap looks like? I've never seen one. Nani da faku. Yeah, exactly, Finn. Exactly. But yeah, if you remember the kick is like this. So you have the same one. Here. Like this is the same, the first one. But yeah, this looked like a ta as well. Come here. Thank you. But yeah, it's basically just this, the Widerhaken, how we call it in German. And then we have the ko next to it. And that's a ni. And then we have Nani. Nani da fuck. Nani da fuck. You're gonna have to really practice writing this, I think. We don't have too much time here to really practice it. But there's not gonna be a stream this evening on my side, so you guys can use the time and practice a little bit. No. Okay, now you're looking at this and you are going, what the fuck? Nika. True. True. Ni ko ni nika ni. I wish you would be able to see my hands right now, but unfortunately no. I used to unironically do that all the fucking time. That's how cringe I used to be. Good night, Ethan. Nika no more kneecaps. Wow. The frig. Hi, Fantakan. It is interesting, right? We're learning. It's educational. I'm neither a teacher nor do I speak Japanese, but you know. I think maybe I should have started with teaching German instead, but we're gonna ignore that. Okay. New. This is new. I personally actually always have huge issues with writing new. Because we have nu, we have ne, and then we have re. And they all look a little similar. And my brain can't freaking handle this. But let's see. The new is, by the way, in inu. So if you want to write dog, if you want to write dog, you have the e, and then you have the nu. Inu. Doggo. Oh, you're writing kanji, but you know. Inu. Inu cute. Inu super cute. Inu does one. Inu kawaii. And that's what you need it for. So we're starting with this, okay? The first one is easy. And then we have the second one, which is basically a pretzel, okay? The entire nu looks like a pretzel, if we're being honest. So release your inner Germans and draw the pretzel, okay? I know that everybody here has an inner German. Chopsticks holding twirly noodles, that could also work. Because that is true, you do have the chopsticks here. And this is the noodle. But you have to connect the second chopstick and the noodle, or you just make it a pretzel. So what you do is you go from up, down, and then you want to do a wee up. But now you do something, you need something down here too, right? So you go down again and just do another wee. It is quite complicated. I recommend practicing this one well. You do the second chopstick, and then you turn it into a pretzel. You go up, and you go down again, and do another wee. Okay. It is not easy. This is probably the most difficult one, honestly. I personally think it's the most difficult one. Took me a long time to be able to remember this one. Longer than I honestly want to admit. The new. 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 Nope. 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 No. No. Reminds me of the penguin. So nope. Do you have another nope? There you go. Looks like a sleeping dog. Oh. That's true. It does look like a sleeping dog. Wait. Let me draw a picture from it. This is the tail. And these are the ears. And this is like... This is the face. There it goes. It's a sleepy one. Sleepy little doggo. That's true. That's a good one. I really like this one, Maru. Good job. After we learned the nu, we can learn the ne. Ne. Nawana, ne. So you have the... Yeah, you just have one down, okay? Just start with writing one down. One line. Easy. Then, so you have the one line. You draw a Z. Okay? There's a Z in there. But now, you remember that we are drawing the N ones. And all of the N's in Hiragana have twirlies. And also, you remember the nu goes right beforehand. Okay, and the nu doesn't want to be the only one who has like a pretzel connected to it. So you honestly just do the second half of the new sound. Like this part. You draw for the ne as well. But then also remember that this little thing here at the end looks like an E. Okay? That's very small little things to remember it, but better than nothing. It is really, really tough. New and now are difficult. Then new, I've never really written Hiragana. There aren't that many words that use it, to be honest. At least like at the beginning, and then you learn the kanji for it anyway. But the ne sound is something I've written quite a lot at the beginning. So that one I find easier to remember. However, it is extraordinarily similar to de. But we will cover that later. Just try to draw the stick, the Z, and then the little E from the new sound. It's not too complicated, but remembering it is tough. I understand if one of you or two of you struggle with that. Me too, me too. It's not the easiest. Looks like a neko. You think it looks like a kitty cat? I see. I have a cat right next to me. It does not look like this though. He looks a little bit different. Hi, Major. But yeah, we just covered two very difficult ones. So what is next? Exactly, an easy one. The no. The no, you what? Pun. You will write all the fucking time. But it's easy. So don't worry. Basically, it is a circle. I mean, it is a no after all. But it is a no, right? So you still need to somehow put the N in there. So, N is this, right? So you just merge them again. It's another chimera. Basically, you go down and then wee, make it into an O. It kind of looks like one of those Scandinavian O's. You know how they draw an O and then they have this in there? Scandinavian O? Yeah, it looks similar to that, right? This one you will be able to remember ASAP. That's my pen. Anpan. Anpan, that is my pen. Please leave my pen alone. It's not delicious. It is for writing. Ah! You keep destroying my pen. I'm being ugly because he's holding out my pen. Alright. There. You know the O that you have in Oslo and stuff like that? Yeah, it's similar to that. You think of the no sign? Oh, that's also really good. Yeah. I am Milaya and Milaya means cute. Yeah, I am very cute. I am the most adorable. 50% of anime titles have a no hiragana. Yeah, because you use it all the freaking time. It's a grammar thing. That's why you have to write it in hiragana. There's no kanji for it. It's one of those things that you write in hiragana all the time. But it's easy to remember. And very easy to write. And we go to the ha sounds. Ha, hi, hu, he, ho. Except it's not a hu, it's a fu. But we will cover this. We will start with ha. Now, the ha is also often pronounced as wa. Watashi wa. I am. Like the am, like watashi is I, right? And then wa is am. And that is this symbol as well. So you're pronouncing it as ha or as wa. And if it's in wa, it sounds just in the sentence just like this. Again, kind of similar to the no. A were panda? I'm not a were panda. I'm a normal panda. I'm a zoo panda. Not a werewolf. The frig. Okay. We have another time this one. We had this multiple times with the knee. We had it with the cat. Hi. Thank you so much for the follow. Pilot. Thank you. And basically you start kind of like the ni. We have another one up there. But then you're like, oh no, I don't want to write another ni because this is a different letter. It's the wa. So you draw a T instead. But then you're like, no, now it looks like a freaking cat. I can't write a cat. I'm supposed to write a wa. I can't write it as a ni and I can't write it as a ke. What do? I need to fix this. I misspelled. And then you just do a little we. Because you remember that hiragana has so many we's. And that's basically how you write it. Not a ni. Not a ke. We. And it's fixed and it's a wa. Ta-da! So easy. And you will write this all the hecking time. Just and now comes the smart thing. We're gonna go down because if you already did the wa, it is super duper easy to also write the ho. Basically, you start with the ni, right? But then you just draw one more of the little ones. And then you continue with it like the wa. Ta-da! It's basically like a wa, but you close it up on top. The only problem is you can't close it up at the end, okay? You have to close it during the middle. So you draw the Widerhaken, then you draw 1, 2. Okay, and then you finish it. There we go. This is the ho. Wa and ho look very similar, which makes it so freaking easy. It's good that we have some easy ones again, right? Because we just cover quite the difficult ones. But yeah, this is ho. And then I want to draw with you the he. He is also he. He is very easy. Because, okay, I'm gonna tell you a very easy bridge. What sound does somebody make when they are happy? When they're happy, they're saying hee hee. Hee hee. Right? They're smiling and then they go hee hee. It's a cute, happy little girl. And because she says hee hee, that means she's happy, right? What does a happy person do? A happy person wears a huge smile, okay? Huge, big smile. And that's what the he is. It's just a huge smile. Also, a little bit looks like Squidward's nose, but we're gonna ignore that. You can also remember the Squidward's nose if you wanna, but it's a hee hee. It's like a smiley. Hee hee. That's all that it is. Just a smiley. Oh. She says while completely writing this. I have Jesus Christ, I need more coffee. But yeah, it's kind of easy. It's just smiley. I like writing this. But I don't think I ever use it in writing hiragana words. Which makes sense because I write on the PC. But yeah, it's basically just Squidward nose or a smile. Hi Reha Naraza. Welcome. Konnichiwa uses the wa for the wa. Exactly. Hi Sabaru. I know some Japanese, yeah, but I need to relearn some stuff because I never learned kanji and I also never really spelled with my hand. Only did on the PC. Yeah, and also I'm not very good, to be honest. It's a little rusty. I used to be much better at Japanese when I lived in Japan, but that's been quite a while, so I have to relearn a little bit. Okay. Then we had the he. We are actually gonna skip this one for now, and we're gonna do the he first, because it's again super duper easy. The he is just this. Do you guys remember the ku? Ku was like this, right? From the ka. Ka, ki, ku, ku, ko. And this is the ku. And then again, you just kind of rotate it a little bit, and then you have the he. Sometimes, though, well, it is technically he. A lot of the times you don't pronounce the H, and you just say eh. For example, for directions, right? Like sometimes in the grammar, you are going to say where something is, and then sometimes you say ni, and sometimes you say e. And this is the e. But that's something we will cover much later. What's that? There we go. Now we have covered so many easy ones. That was a good one, right? So many easy ones you already learned. Now we have the who, which is not pronounced who. This is wrong. It is pronounced fu. Okay, it's a fucking fu. Remember this. It's not ha he hu he ho. It is ha he fu pipo. Hu ha fu he ho. That's why in the song you have to say who, but it's technically fu. It is for Fuji. And that's also how you remember it. Look how it looks like a mountain. Because this is half of the mountain, right? The other half is here. It's like this. This is the mountain, okay? This is the mountain. However, you can't really see all of the mountain because you will look at the mountain from one side. You can't see the entire mountain. It's not possible. Which means you can only see half the mountain. But what you can see around the mountain are three big, big clouds. You have a cloud here, you have a cloud here, and you have a cloud here. Three big clouds. Because this is Fuji-san. Remember, if you say Fuji, Mount Fuji, you always have to put a sun behind it. Right, it's like Fuji-san. There you go, Fuji-san. You need to be polite when you talk about the mountain. But yeah, so we will start with one of the clouds, okay? We have to draw the upper cloud first, because otherwise, if you already wrote the rest, then you don't have any space anymore. So you need to write this one first, okay? After you put down the cloud at the top, you put down the mountain. Just a little wee. Just tiny little wee. And then after you put cloud, wee, then you put the next cloud on the left side because you're already on that side with your pen. So you write that one. And then you write the last one. The last cloud, okay? And then we have three clouds and the Fuji-san. And that makes Fu for Fuji. And this is always killing me when I write this shit. Ugh, this is in the center. Sorry. Okay. This goes in this direction. This goes in this direction. This goes in here. You have to kind of remember the direction that you're supposed to write them, because this one is not this, but this. And I always make a mistake here because I'm an idiot. Ah, look. I have it so in my writing. It's tough to get out again. Learn it correctly right from the beginning, then you never have to relearn it. And don't look at how ugly I'm writing the foo, okay? My foos are unrecognizable. You cannot see that this is a foo. If anyone ever reads this, my handwriting, when I spell, they are going to have a freaking stroke reading this. But I'm trying, okay? Okay, that's a Fuki sound. And then we learned all of the H sounds, and we can continue with the M sounds. Thank you for the sub, Rahul. You have an exam tomorrow, Crouching Cape? Ooh, then you definitely have to go study. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Konnichiwa also can be written as konnichiwa. It's confusing. Yeah, because that's kanji. Yeah. Very confusing. Have you done JLPT before? No, actually, I want to write JLPT, but they're always so full immediately. So I've never actually gotten a place for writing it. Sadly. Sadly. Okay, now we do the ma, mi, mu, me, mo. We do the ma. These are first two lines, kind of like with the key. But this time we're not going, like, you know how the key goes straight and then the belly? Yeah. This time we go not straight. It goes to the side, right? This time we go straight, okay? So with the ma, we go two. Okay, kind of like with the key. Then we go straight down and this. And you know what this reminds me of? Do you guys remember the ho? Exactly. The ho was this. This. And this, the second part of the whole looks kind of similar to the ma. But the ma has here a little bit to the top. It reaches further, okay? It doesn't have a lid. It has a top hat. So you write two, you go down and have the little twirly. That's why it looks a little similar. I know it's a lot to remember, but we're just gonna go through it and you guys can practice. And next week when we learn some vocabulary, we will practice more as well. Don't be scared. It's just quite a bit, but you can do it. I believe in you. You can learn this. Ma. Ma. Ma, like mama. Or mommy, because the me comes right after it. How do we write the me? The me is kind of easy because it looks like an H. It's not an H, it's a me, but it looks like an H. So you're basically just writing an H, but you have a little twirly because you're basically not writing it in... hi! Thank you so much, Buttrex, for the follow. Basically, you're writing it in cursive, okay? You write a cursive H, but not really. Thank you for the follow, Phoenix, the cool on PC. Thank you very much. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it kind of looks like a cursive H, but also it's not really, because a cursive H would be... Oh, now I need to remember the cursive. Is it like this? I think this is the cursive. So it looks a little different at the end there. But it's easy to remember when you think of it as a cursive H. I think it's relatively easy. But it's a me sound. It's not a he sound or a ha something. No. It may look like an H, but it's a me. Me. And then we can spell... Ma, me. And that's how you call your mother. Just like I called her last night. Mommy. Okay. I think you probably got it. Me, 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 mommy. And then we have the moo. So the moo is the sound that a cow makes, right? But that's not what we need for the donkey bridge. Actually, I don't have a donkey bridge. If anyone has a donkey bridge, give it. We need it. Okasan? Yeah, I guess mother is Okasan. But that is not gonna help us learn it. Okay, for the moo, you do one little one. You do it again. And then again, you draw a T. But this time you slip again, just like you would with the suit. But you can't continue it like this because that would be the suit. Okay?
Excuse me, I want be your friend.
Thank you for the YouTube sub.
I have a Kashiori.
Since you can't put it to the left side like a suit, because we already had this, you have to put it to the right side. Right? So you slip while writing the T. And you kind of see that something's missing over here, so you just draw a little drop. Remember, it always has to look pretty, okay? You can't just make things be a mess. I don't know why, but I always feel like this looks very similar to the anchor. You know how in like sea, water stuff, you have an anchor for the boat. I feel like it looks like an anchor. I don't know why, but to me it looks like an anchor. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, XMC. Thank you very much. Here we have the So it looks like an anchor, but it's a moo. I don't know why we're fishing for cows in the sea. I don't freaking know, okay? I don't know, I don't make the rules, but that's what it looks like. It's a moo sound. Moos are usually... I'm pretty sure cows are usually on land. But I guess some of them are not. Wait, I'm gonna have to refresh the music. There you go. You're old. Am I old? I am 57 years old. I could be your father. Hi, James. I love how the first thing you write is that I'm old. This is beautiful. I win. You made me very happy today. This is the moo. It's the anchor for the cow. Again, don't question us. Now, you guys probably also remember the new sound, right? Write it next to this. I'll give you a second while I'll sip some coffee. Write the new sound. Oh, the new sound was the pretzel, right? Or the chopsticks with the noodle. And now you can see that the ma, mi, me, mo, this is meh. That the meh looks very similar, but it's missing the little twirl, right? This is the for inu, right? If you remember dog, it's a dog's tail. But if you don't bother writing the dog tail, it becomes a meh. Now, sometimes if you don't want to do something or you can't be bothered, you are saying meh, right? Like sometimes you're just going eh. Meh. 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 Right? Sometimes you do that if you can't bother doing something. And that's what you're doing here. You wrote the little chopstick noodle. And then you go, ah, man, I forgot to write the tail of the dog. No, it's not a new anymore. Meh. Oh, that's right. It's a meh. That's how I remember it. Moo is unique, so no big deal. It is similar though. Don't like the new. Oh, the moo. Oh, so sorry, you meant that. Yeah, sorry. I read this too late. Don't like new and meh since they look similar. Yeah, but that's the good thing about it. They look so similar. You basically just have to remember the new. And if you don't finish Dog's Tale because you go meh, I can't be bothered, meh, then it's a meh. Looks like an eye. True. It does look like an eye a little bit, doesn't it? These are the eyelashes. Wee. And this is the eye. And this is like the center. That's true. It does look like that. You are very correct. Meh. 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 Okay. And then we still have the mo. The mo is also some similar, like the wa sound and the no sound. It's something that sometimes you just use for grammar, right? Mo means as well as, basically, like to. You know, you're basically saying this and this, and then you would say mo. And the way that you write the mo is pretty easy. You write a she. But now you wrote a she. That's not good. You need to fix it and turn it into a mo. And then you just write these two. So basically you have the she. You make it into a cross. But you want it to be a double cross, so it's pretty. Because if you're counting things, you need to count at least two things. So you can't just leave it as one. First of all, that's a T, okay? That's not hiragana, that's a T. And second of all, you can't just have one thing if this means two. That means two things, okay? So you have one and two. And then you can use the mo, because you have this, mo, this. But you have to write the she first. She has two boyfriends. She has two boyfriends. She has two boyfriends. And they're both called Mo. She has two boyfriends and they're both called Mo. She has two boyfriends and they're both called Mo. She has two boyfriends and they're both called Mo. She has two boyfriends and they're both called Mo. That's the easiest way to remember it. Any problems I don't see a lot of new text. I always forget which one is new and which one is meh. Yeah. Meh and I think both of them you don't really see a lot, especially when you introduce kanji. And that is a little bit bothering to me as well. That's why some of these I am really bad at writing, because you never really see them. How are you supposed to practice them? But we will practice it. Moe. That is, yeah, you brought that very beautifully. Now we have the Y sounds. Those are just three. Ya, you, and yo. So we will start with ya. Ya has a little tsu in it. It also has a little water drop. And then it has a cross. I don't know how to remember this easily. But to me it just looks like a ya. I don't know why. It just looks like a ya to me. Does it make sense? I don't think it makes sense. I guess some of these I just learned like, yep, this is the sound, and this is it. And I just remembered it. Does any one of you have any good donkey bridges for this one? Yeah. It does look very enthusiastic to me. And if you say yeah, you should be very enthusiastic about something because you just agreed. But otherwise... Looks like a Y? Does it look like a Y? That's what I was thinking first too, but the problem is it honestly doesn't. It does not look like a Y. A Y goes like this. That looks very different. But somehow it works. Yeah, it's a yeah. The U. Sorry, I'm so tired. For me as well, it just looks like a U. No, I don't know. I don't keep rich for it. But you basically write this. I don't know what that's supposed to be. It's like maybe a little stone or something. And then you just cross it. It looks to me like one of those Greek letters, to be honest. It gives me the same feeling a Greek letter would. But I don't really know Greek letters, so... whatever. But it kind of looks like a Greek letter to me. It's U. I mean, it's not you as in you guys. It's more like pronounce you. But it's not like you, okay? I'm not talking about you all the time. It's not like I am obsessed with chat or whatever. It's just looks like you. I mean, maybe that's a little rude to say, because the you looks much better than you guys, you know? You know what I mean? Yeah. But like, you looks better than you. But also, it looks like you. You know what I mean? Also, it looks like a fishy. If I draw it, it looks like a fish. If you draw it like it's supposed to be, it doesn't really look like a fish. But when I draw it, it looks like a fish. Everything I draw looks like a fishy. T-U-na? What? What's that supposed to spell? Oh, like tuna. That's true. Tuna. Tuna. Is that how we can remember it? T. U. Na. Tuna. Is a fish. Is it you? It's a you and tuna. Okay, that's nice. That's a nice little donkey bridge. Thank you, T. And now you turn into the rappers. Yo, okay? Yo. And we're gonna start with this a little bit. It's the yo hand, okay? Because when you say yo, you lift up your hand. So you draw the hand first. And then, as you have the hand, you draw you. Okay, because you're so fucking cool, because you say yo like rapper, you get the cool legs. AKA the wheelchair. There we go. It's a rapper in a wheelchair. Super fucking cool. They're just roaming around in the little wheels. Or the big wheels. Some have pretty big wheels. It's pretty cool. There we go. It's a wheelchair rapper. They're the fucking coolest person in the hood. This is the yo. Kinda does look like the sign that you would see on the parking lot for wheelchair users, right? I feel like it looks very similar. But this one is rapping because they're cool as fuck. Yo. Eh. Also like yo tayo. Tayo! That's true, we spelled this earlier already, but that's true. It's da. Yo. And I just showed you how not to spell this. You're supposed to do this first. I learned it wrong. But now we're fixing this mistake. And I think we are close to the end. We have the da-di-do-de-do and then only the last three. Now, da-di-do-de-do. Remember, the pronunciation may be tough, but you can do it. Say an R and an L at the same time, or R and D, depending on which is easier for you. For yo, remember yoru, like night. But that's not easy to remember, in my personal opinion. I feel like if you remember it with vocabulary, that may be good and to some degree, but to learn how to spell it in the first place, I think donkey bridges are a bit better. And then you can just go silly. Silly is better to remember, I think. Okay, now we have that, okay? First you have the little head, okay? You have the head. It looks down because it's a little shy. And then you have the woman with the very big belly. And now that earlier we had Mpreg T, this time we have the preggo woman though. And she's a little shy, that's why she looks down. I'm imagining always that she is just, you know, at the doctor's office, sitting there in the waiting room. All shy. But she's very preggo. She was not shy in the bedroom. She was not shy in the bedroom. Otherwise this would not have happened. But now she's a little shy. And she is very, very preggo. You know what she said in the bedroom to me? She said, "Rawr, rawr." Get it? Because it's a ra? Yeah. Well, I don't know what's happening today, but today all of the donkey bridges I come up with are very sexual. But you know, if it works, it works. Also, I blame T for this because he said the word ecchi earlier. She's the shy preggo woman, yeah. You guys can remember this easily, right? Then we can move on to the next one. This one is a ri. Do you guys know how to write the R sound in cursive? It looks kind of like this, right? And basically that's what you start writing, but then you lift up your pen and you end up here. And now it's like rune, so you just go down like a Y. Wee. It's kind of fun to write this. It's also relatively easy, but yeah, you have like the R. There are also kanji where this is actually one of the parts of kanji, which is kind of funny, in my opinion. Hi, phobia. Only Japanese word I know is ecchi shio. Shio? I don't know what shio means. Oh yeah, I'm so T. You're the one who got Mpreg today. I don't think so. Ecchi shio. I don't know what that means. Can you guys tell me what it means? Seems like an I somehow, so it makes sense. It's ri. Yeah, that's true. It kind of looks like you're writing an R, and then you're writing an E. R-E. Except you don't go with the R completely. R-E. That's true. You can remember it like this. Ri. Ri. R and I. It's a very big I, okay? Ri. 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 Then you have the R I sound. Means let's do edgy stuff. No. Unbelievable. You guys are filthy. I'm disappointed in you. Your mother is disappointed in you. I know this because I talked to her last night. It's not a good way to approach a person. Yeah, no, probably not. This is a very good way to get introduced to the police, though. Okay. Now we have Lari. Now we go to the Ru. The Ru, again, begins with like a Z. And then it has a little belly with a little twirl. I don't know. Does anyone have like a donkey bridge for this one? Is there I don't know if I can think of any donkey bridges with this one. Anyone know something? But also this one you're gonna spell hiragana all the freaking time. Because it's very often at the end of a word. My mom is great. Yeah, she was pretty great last night. This has turned into me bullying my viewers again. Oh boy. Panya the streamer. Oh, he's bullying the viewers. I just can't stop. I can't help myself. I remember Ru as Ruby? I see. I remember it because it's in the title of To Love Ru. No, I'm not judging. That's fine. You're rushing it, it's curved on the right side? Yeah, I know. I'm not rushing it. I can't. I'm really bad at handwriting. Okay, let me do this very slow. There. I'm really bad at writing, okay? My handwriting sucks ass. There we go. It looks like a kangaroo. How the fuck does this look like a kangaroo? But okay, I mean, as long as it helps you to remember it. And now we come to the there. Do you guys remember the... I think it was the Ness sound? Sometimes I'm always confusing these. Because they're fucking difficult. Yeah, it's in there. Remember the Ness sound? I mean, it's right here. The Ness sound was like this. And then, again, like, you always have to do the twirlies. But sometimes you do the same once again, and then you don't do the twirlies at the end, and that's a different one. In this case, it's ne and re. Okay? So, the re, again, we don't do the twirl. So we go with a straight line. We have a Z crossing it, and then we just go straight down. Re, ne, and wa, the confusing trio. How is wa confusing? No, wa is not confusing. Wa and ho is the same. Except for one stroke. So it's not confusing. The wa does not look similar to this. Not at all. It's a nice stroke, thank you. Re, ne, wa. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, that's later on. Sure. I thought you meant the ha sound. That is also a wa. Which is getting confusing, but... yeah. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, this is the re sound. I struggle with this one, because again, it looks like the ne sound. And sometimes I don't know which one is which. But... we are going to practice writing this so freaking often, guys, that we can remember it. That's why learning together is better. Right. Right. And they. And they. Now we have da de. Da di do de. Da di do de. And now we have ro. Now, do you guys remember what we just learned? The ro sound. The ro sound looks just like it, but again, without the twirl. Just like this. Why do we write it without the twirl? Well, because it's supposed to look like an O. An O doesn't have a twirl. An O looks like this. So you write like a Z-ish, and then just a belly. We don't do the twirl. No, because this time it's not a re. It is a ro. And O's don't have that. U's neither, but that's besides the point. Learning to write this is so much effort. It is, but it is paying off. I didn't practice it very much when I started learning, and I can tell you that that was a very big mistake. Very, very big mistake. I recommend you guys to really learn it properly right from the beginning, because then you won't have to pay later on for your mistakes. I did a lot of mistakes when learning because I am lazy as fuck. And sometimes lazy is good when you learn, and sometimes it bites you in the fucking ass. Sometimes hard work just pays off, you know? Those to do with less style. Yeah, the Ru is just much cooler. My normal handwriting is already awful. Yeah, mine too, Dex. That's why this looks so fucking ugly. This looks so ugly. If I would handwrite a letter to a Japanese person, they will die of a stroke reading that. That's why I have to practice, because that's not okay. A poor Japanese person having to write my having to read my handwriting. Okay, now we have the last three, okay? And this is the one that you were talking about. That's true. Okay, so we have nu, we have a de, and we have wa. But the wa is pregnant. Why are so many of these letters pregnant? What happened? So you start again with the Z, and then you just draw pregnant, pregante. Pregonento? You just prego, okay? Why is it prego? I don't know. But why? Because Y starts with a W, and this is also starting with a W, it's the ba. Wait, chat, who wanna write the normal sentences? Tell us that I will. Tell us. What is your advice? Wah. 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 Again, by everyone practice. I don't know! One of these letters are so naughty. But only one of them, only T gave birth yet. The other ones haven't given birth. Quite unfortunate. I wanna see what the babies look like. Or maybe I don't, because that would mean I would have to learn more letters. No, cannot be bothered. These are way more than enough. So many letters already. But yeah, this is the prego one. The O sound is pretty easy, actually. So what you start first is you start a T with this letter, with this one going down a little bit, right? So it kind of looks like an H, actually, but it's also a T. You know, like this is a T, this is an H. Combine them, chimera. And then it's this. And then you just cross it with a C. It's a lot of fun to write. And this one you also write all the freaking time, so it will be super easy to remember. There we go. Was topic marker or is object marker needs for time place? Yes, but please don't get confused. This is the wrong wa. The wa that you use in grammar is this one, which is technically a ha, but you pronounce it as wa. Like watashi wa. Then you use this one and not this one. Sensei, do not focus me. I'm quite gakusei. Learn letters next is understand letters, then combine letters and making sentences. Yeah, but we will do one step at a time. And while going forward, you have to redo all of these things over and over and over again. And that's how you remember it. And this time I will do everything by hand so that my brain is actually properly learning it. I recommend you guys to do it as well. I don't know if you have a tablet or pen and paper, but I recommend you to always do handwriting. While you won't use it as much later on, because everything's on fucking PC nowadays, it is much easier to remember things. I always did PC, and that's why I struggle a lot. Learn from my mistakes. I'm doing handwriting now too. It's good for the brain to do handwriting as well. It's muscle memory and stuff as well. And you can learn it better. So this is the O. While it is written as bo, it is only pronounced as O. It's an O sound. And the last one, this is my favorite. Basically, you just write a nice, pretty H. It's a cursive lowercase h. That's all it is. And it is pronounced as N. It's just an N. N. Technically, it's double N, but yeah. N. Also, if you look at this, it kind of, like, this part looks like an N. Just an N, which is basically a lowercase cursive h. I don't know if you guys ever learned how to write cursive. I think nowadays schools don't teach cursive anymore. It's so bad. I don't understand why they don't teach cursive. Cursive was so much fun. I love writing cursive. My handwriting now is like a mixture out of cursive and the normal. But cursive is just, I don't know. I don't know, but kids don't have to learn cursive anymore. Okay, and also you can see that I can write this much prettier, much better. That's because when I was in school, just a little thingy, we had to do something, it's called a Füller-Führerschein. This does not exist nowadays anymore. A Füller is, you know how you can write with ink? It's like a pen. And then you have it like this, right? And then it writes in ink. It writes in ink. And there's also like a device that can delete the ink and stuff, right? But basically, when I was in primary school, we were only allowed to have this one if we are getting our license. We had to get a license for this. It was crazy. I practiced so hard because to get the license, you have to present cursive writing. Like, you have to practice cursive writing so much, and then you have to present it to the teacher. You have like a whole ass book. And then it's filled with pages of learning how to write cursive. And I had to write it over and over and over and over and over again. To the point where my cursive was so fucking good. And then you get rewarded with the license to use a Füller. That's how we call it in German. I don't know what it's called in English. Yes, a license for a pen. And the bad thing was, okay, this was so fucked up. You have to do this in 4th grade, okay? It was 4th grade. And primary school is from 1 to 4. So, they said, if you get to finish this, like the license, if you get it in 4th grade, then you can use the ink pen, right? And then you will be so cool when you go to middle school, which is 5 to 9, sometimes 10, depends. They said you are so fucking cool, and then you can use the ink pen in the middle school. So I learned it. I did my fucking best. I was so proud. I got my freaking license, right? I was like, yay, check. You did it. Woohoo! And I got my first own thriller, okay? I went shopping with my mom. I got the one that I wanted. It was so pretty. I was really, really nice. I was so happy. And then a few weeks later, I went to 5th grade. They laughed at me! Everybody was making fun of me because I was still using an ink pen. And I was like, what do you mean? I had to get a license. I just got the license. And they were like, well, this is 5th grade. Now we write with Kugelschreiber. Kugelschreiber is the typical pen that everybody uses, which you can have in blue or in black, right? The one that you always get as merchandise as well from companies and stuff, like the typical one. I don't know what it's called. Like a ballpoint, probably? Is it called a ballpoint pen? But yeah. I also had pen license, got mine in grade 3. Nice! Well, for us, it was only offered in grade 4. Like, before grade 4, we had to write with a pencil. Hi, Inky. Good morning. Hi, Gloria. That's how you can tell that I am quite old. But yeah, they all made fun of me. That was very, very sad. But I did not write with the ballpoint pen until I was much older. I think I started with that in high school, actually, because I really liked my ink pen. My ink pen was amazing. It was pretty, it was writing super well. I was able to delete when I made a mistake, because you can't do that with a ballpoint pen. By the way, this is really funny, but you know how, like, the ink pen, you write something, and then for the ink pen specifically, the device that's it's like different pen, right? But for deleting it, you use a device, which is also a pen. And that pen is called, in German, it is called a killer. It's a killer. That's what it's called, which is so funny. So you erase it with a killer. It's basically killing the ink. It's really funny. It's a bit of German lore right there. You could say she was inkifying her work. And then I was killing Inky. Yeah, all the freaking time, because I can't spell for shit. I had to use the killer a lot. Like, probably more than the ink pen. Killing the ink, I'm scared. Yeah, you should be. I was very skilled and practiced in killing ink. I did it on the daily. Actually, multiple times an hour. Man, that was like sport. But yeah, and that actually is all of the letters. Now, I know that it was quite a lot. Just keep on practicing this, but we will keep on practicing writing hiragana so often too. So please don't worry. Just do, you know, revise it a bit. But if we learn the vocabulary, if we always write it with a pen and hiragana first, then we will be able to remember this, okay? We will do it together. But a little bit of practice on your own is good too. We are gonna go and watch the really nice song one more time. Because now that we have learned all of them again, I think it is time. I think it's just much easier to remember with the song. Okay, are you guys ready? It's important. We all have to sing it with, okay? Sing it aloud while we watch it. It is super duper important. Are you guys ready? Oh, Dex, you love the German lore? That's nice. Get lots of German lore with me.
In today's lesson, we'll go over every single hiragana. It's really easy to learn. Let's do it together.
Ready?
Let's begin.
A, I, U, E, O. A, I, U, E, O. A, I, U, E, O. Ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. Ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. Ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. Sa, shi, su, se, so. Sa, shi, su, se, so. Sa, shi, su, se, so. Ta, chi, su, te, to. Ta, chi, su, te, to. Ta, chi, su, te, to. Na, ni, ne, ne, no. Na, ni, ne, ne, no. Na, ni, ne, ne, no. Ha, hi, hu, he, ho. Ha, hi, hu, he, ho. Ha, hi, hu, he, ho. Ma, mi, mu, me, mo. Ma, mi, mu, me, mo. Ma, mi, mu, me, mo. Ya, you, yo. Ya, you, yo. Da, li, de, re, do. Da, li, de, re, do. Da, li, de, re, do. Wa, o, n. Wa, o, n.
Good job. よくできたね. See what?
Yeah, good job, guys. That was amazing. That was really, really good. Good job. What is the song about? It's about Hiragana. Yeah, we're actually going to end the stream. I'm gonna quickly talk about what we're gonna do next. But we learned all the Hiragana now. In theory. Hihu? Hiragana. It's the Japanese. Here. You can see here. Hiragana. Also, this is the hiragana for hiragana, by the way. You're just joking, okay? Oh, oops. I hit something. But yeah, I think that was really, really well done. Thanks, guys. You can do it. Again, a little bit of practice and it's no problem. The Miss Rachel of Japanese. What does that even mean? But who's Miss Rachel? I don't know who Miss Rachel is. Should I know her? But tomorrow and the day after, so Thursday, Friday, which is tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, we are going to learn katakana. Now, katakana is rough, but it is okay if you struggle heavily with it, because me too. I think katakana may be more difficult than kanji, but that may also just be me. That may also just be me, you know? But I think it's kind of tough. But we will do that tomorrow and the day after. And then next week we can properly start with the first grammar sessions, the first kanji and the first vocabulary, which is gonna be super easy, don't worry about it. But we are going to cover the katakana first. We will do that tomorrow and the day after. More difficult than kanji is crazy. Yeah, but it's because katakana does not make sense. I'm gonna explain it to you tomorrow why, in my opinion, it does not make any sense. But katakana, you also don't write a lot, because katakana is for foreign words. So for example, my name is a foreign name, so you would spell that in katakana. You're really just teaching Japanese all on your streams? On my morning streams, yeah, I want to do this because I also have to practice more on by myself. And this way we can both practice together. I can relearn some stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I forgot as well, because I didn't practice for a long time. And I think it's good. It's good to learn together. Go through this together. I'm not a professional. I don't know Japanese that well. And I mean, I do understand it quite a bit when I hear it, but that's about it. Well, a little bit more actually, a little bit more, but you know. I just think it's fun if we learn together, and I know that there are lots of people who do want to learn as well, but it's tough on your own. That's why we have this series now. Just practice it 15 minutes a day. Yeah, honestly, if you can, that is good. Is katakana required for reading learning tests? Katakana is definitely required, yeah. It's always required because it is important for foreign words. You have a lot of foreign words. But that's okay. We will learn it. Don't worry about it. The reason I say that it's more difficult is because when you... Okay, I'm just gonna say it. If you spell katakana words, you are very often misspelling the English words. When you read katakana, it is so tough because a lot of the times it just makes no sense. That is not the correct word. I often feel like whoever put this word in katakana into the dictionary misspelled it, because a lot of the times it doesn't make sense, and that's why I think it's super difficult. But otherwise it's fine. It's just like you're reading it and you're just struggling. Learning the katakana in itself is not difficult. But what is difficult is then reading and writing it, because it never makes fucking sense. Yes, we are gonna start with the grammar next week. We are going to use the Mina no Nihongo actually. I recommend buying the Mina no Nihongo books, also the basic kanji book. Because we are going to use them for the lessons. Actually, I have a link. Let me see. Everything you need to know I have on a link. I just need to find where I put that. Thank you, T, for the gift, Dad. Thank you very much. Okay. Here's the link. That will bring you to a PDF, and there you can find everything that we are planning to do, that we are doing, that you need for the sessions, etc. You can read it up all on there. Yeah. You sound like a giggly German person. Yeah, I sometimes am, but I have more of a... I have different kind of laughter, to be honest. And one of them is an old man laughter. Everyone's bullying me with it. Okay, I do want to rate somebody. If you guys are okay with that. Do you guys have any recommendations? Ah, thank you, T, for the gift. Thank you. Money. Yeah, the monies. Where is it? Here. Who are we gonna raid? Anyone have anyone in mind? I've actually just started streaming it this week, so I don't know who's online, who exists, who is streaming, who is cool. It has to be a VTuber. That that is the importance. Otherwise, give me some of your recommendations. You have a sub because I need to brush up on this. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. The most important katakana is kohi. Thank you for the follow. Yeah. But that's one of those words that makes no sense to me. Why is it called he?
We are the world.
I don't get it. It's with the maybe we're gonna learn this, but the very long ones here, and you see the strokes. It just means that it's long and makes who's saying ko he. It's like coffee. It's quick. That's one of the things that always confuses me. No one's streaming. No, there are people streaming. Let's see. Who is Stacy Wilbert? Okay, I'm gonna look up who this is. T. Would be nice if as many of you can stay for the raid. I would appreciate that a lot.
Excuse me, I want be your friend. We are the world. I have a Cashiori.
Oh, it's a fishy one. We did draw lots of fishes today. Let's go. Why not? I think you're the only VTuber streaming outside of Japanese ones. Oh, am I? No, I don't think so. I'd say quite a few on Twitch. Also, we are rating on the Twitch. I don't know how to rate people on YouTube, to be honest. I don't know. I'm a little stupid. Yeah, I mean, if anyone of the YouTube gang has Twitch and you wanna join in the raids, let's come over. Okay, we are gonna go with some fishies with Stacy Velvet. And I will see you all tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow and Friday, we have 4 streams. Both times in the morning for Japanese and both times in the evening. Wow, that's gonna be a lot. Busy, busy, busy. I am. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Thank you for studying with me. And I wish you all a great rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow. Have fun in the next stream. How about your stream? Otsukare. Otsukare. Thank you guys so much for your hard work. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.